Enew began to unpack and settle in, a voice transfer message came in from the Flexmaster over in Dome 4. It was an invitation to a welcoming party being held that evening in their honor. It seemed that word had already gotten out that the high-level patrolman was also the son of an ambassador, and he was staying in Mini-Dome C, and that was an occasion for some networking. Dome politics is already beginning to show its nasty head. Kenom found out by reading the protocol and Dome management manual that the Flexmaster in Patrol Dome 4 was named Subo Asim. The manual said nothing more about him. He decided he had better run a brain size and lead count check on him. Perhaps with a little more information he could better gauge the meaning of such a quick invite. This would mean a trip to Central Dome, where he would have access to the main computer system. So as a stalling tactic, Kenom answered the invitation to the message saying that before they could attend any Dome function, he and Enew first had to report to the Dome commander and brief him on some important Zimmnel matters. He had a meeting scheduled with him in the morning. This might busy him for a few days, but after that he would inform him as to when they could be available for a social visit. Meanwhile, Kenom was testing universal vision monitors to see if he could bring in some interplanet broadcasts that he had never seen before. However, he was having a bit of trouble. It seems that the only channel he could receive was the Pluton's Godforce channel, which he thought was rather strange. There must be thousands of broadcast channels in this part of the galaxy, so it must be some problem with the antenna. Kenom suggested that he take it up with the Flexmaster Subo when they met, as the Flextons were responsible for Dome maintenance. While discussing the matter, they were interrupted by another voice transfer message from Dome 4. It was suggested that on their way to Central Dome to meet the commander, a brief informal meeting be held in the shuttle transfer platform. Just a quick introduction, nothing more. It seemed that the whole Dome by now knew that a high-level patrolman out of Mini-Dome C was out in Mini-Dome C, and it was imperative that one be the first Flexmaster to greet him. Kenom felt he had no choice but to agree. It would not be prudent to offend a Flexmaster so soon upon arrival. So a time was set to meet the following day. Kenom and Enew shut down early that evening, as their brains had been functioning for quite a while. Kenom wanted to be fresh in the morning, fresh for his meeting with the Dome commander. When they came online again, it was time to board the mini-shuttle and head out for Dome 4. Enew made one last check on his vision monitor to see if it was still stuck on the Godforce channel. It was. He was upset, and he was going to mention it to Flexmaster Subo. He was not pleased at how incompetent these Homo sapiens were when it came to doing anything other than socialize and party. As the mini-shuttle pulled into the transfer station, they could see Flexmaster Subo attended by a small contingent of Flexlords waiting on the platform. Kenom and Enew disembarked and walked up to meet him and his accompanying entourage. As introductions were being made, a few Flexmen could be seen peeking from adjacent balconies and doorways, drawn by a natural curiosity to see the newly arrived patrolmen. After the introductions were made and a few pleasantries exchanged, and the two patrolmen boarded the super shuttle, saying that they would return soon for a longer visit. Enew added that there was a problem with the universal vision monitor, to which Flexmaster Subo replied he would dispatch a maintenance crew to look into the matter. And with a wave of the hand, they were off, down the tunnel headed for the Central Dome headquarters, where they would meet for the first time with Patrol Commander Major Sane Finloy, a good friend of Kenom's DNA father and sponsor of his patrol duty assignment. They were more than 10 minutes down the track when they were stopped again because of tunnel repair work. This was unacceptable to anyone from Zimmnel who was used to highly efficient underground rail systems. Now more than ever, Kenom was determined to bring this up with Commander Finloy. Not only was the tunnel and shuttle track in bad repair, but the Vertons doing the repair were in need of repair themselves. Certainly if there was money for Flexton parties, there was money for tunnel upkeep and electron body parts for the Vertons. It took almost 20 minutes before the shuttle was allowed to slowly advance through the damaged part of the track. It wasn't hard to see that two patrolmen were quite disappointed with what they had encountered in their 2 days of patrol duty. If this was how it was going to be, one could imagine they had serious reservations about their decision to volunteer for patrol duty on Obe. Arriving at Central Dome, they took a lift directly to the 4th floor to patrol headquarters, where they informed the patrolmen at the reception desk that they had an appointment to see Commander Finloy. The duty patrolman voice transferred the information to the commander's office, and the reply was to send them right up. Kenom and Ornam were both impressed with the efficiency of headquarters staff. This was more like what one expected from electro-people. In contrast, it made the incompetence of the Flextons and their ability to oversee the Verton's tunnel repair crew stand out even more. One could only speculate on how incompetent the Flextons themselves were at maintenance.